I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Hello, this is Dan Dedona here with the localnews1.org weekly report, covering stories from Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Waynesboro, Fairfield, and all the communities that make up our local area. We're going to start off, as we usually do, with 5 things to do this weekend. Number 1, particularly appropriate because with all of the other activities that are going on in the country, assassinations and whatnot, the Chambersburg Community Theater is putting on a production of The Diary of Anne Frank at the Capitol Theater Wood Center. That's actually been running since yesterday, September 11th. That'll continue through September 14th. The group is bringing Anne Frank's real-life writings to life, showcasing the resilience of a Jewish family in hiding during the Holocaust. Performances run today at 7 o'clock, Saturday it'll be 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., and again on Sunday at 2 p.m., a matinee. This is if you haven't seen this play, or if you haven't seen a movie about it, you really need to see this. This was real life stuff, and it should inform you about how we ought to behave and what we ought to be reacting to, not imaginary things that people talk up, but real things. At any rate, item number 2. In the art scene, the Washington County Museum of Fine Arts is hosting Garden Nights All-American Night. That'll be tonight, September 12th, from 5 until 8 p.m. at 401 Museum Drive. This free event celebrates the opening of In Nature's Studio, 2 centuries of American landscape painting. I've actually seen some of the, I haven't seen the actual art, but I've seen some of the pictures. This is really magnificent art. You ought to take a moment and see it. While you're there, you'll have an opportunity to listen to the Silvertone Swing Band. There'll be exhibition tours, complimentary popcorn, cupcakes, root beer floats, all while supplies last. You can also, for the more mature of you, you can sip some wine from Stonehouse Urban Winery, or you can take advantage of pre-ordered snack boxes from Gordon's Grocery. Should be a great evening. Third item, the second annual charcuterie stroll, how do you pronounce it? Charcuterie stroll will spice up downtown Waynesboro tomorrow, Saturday, September 13th, from noon until 4 p.m. There will be, you'll have an opportunity, you buy a ticket, you can amble up and down the street, Main Street, sampling curated bites from local businesses, each one of which is offering at least one item that's perfect for a charcuterie board. Tickets are available exclusively through Eventbrite, and this is organized for the love of dogs. Fourth item up, in Greencastle, there's going to be the annual Greencastle Grub and Pub Festival. That'll take place from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Tomorrow, Saturday. It'll be on North Carlisle Street off the square. There will be a lot of food trucks, 21 and over pub garden, live music from Band Out of Line. There'll be kids' activities, face painting, balloon characters, and so on. The Greencastle Antrim Chamber of Commerce and Taqueria Vicente and others are sponsoring the event. And number 5 of the top 5 that you'll see in localnews1.org today, Boonesboro and Hagerstown. It's actually kind of a duel. Seems like everybody in Washington County is having food festivals of various kinds. In the Quad City Cheese Fest is going to be taking place over in Boonesboro at the Washington County Agricultural Education Center, 7313 Sharpsburg Pike in Boonesboro. This is for cheese lovers. It goes on from noon until 7 p.m. tomorrow. There's a $15 general admission fee. Kids under 12 are free. You can get beer, wine, spirits for adults. This is sponsored by Delightful Dairy. And in Hagerstown, downtown Hagerstown, we'll be bringing the second Battle of the Burgers to Hagerstown's 38 South Potomac Street in a downtown tailgate experience and burger bonanza. 10 local restaurants are going to be vying, for the title of Best Burger in Downtown. Tickets are $15 for advanced judging if you want to participate in the judging. They're $20 if you want to participate in the judging on the day of the event. But if you just show up and you just want to eat burgers, you can buy burgers directly from the folks that have them there, and make your own judgment about which one is the best. Okay, that's it for the top 5. We do have 2 additional items today. We always have a few that don't make the cut for the paper, but we've got a little extra time here. We can do that. In Chambersburg, the 2025 Senior Fair, hosted by Representative Rob Kaufman from Franklin County, is going to be at a new location. It'll be at Grand Point Church, 2230 Grand Point Road, and it's scheduled for 9 a.m. until noon on today, actually. So if you're gonna make it, you're gonna have to hurry. The fair provides resources and information for Franklin County's senior citizens and their caregivers. There'll be more than 60 vendors will be on hand, including representatives to assist with Medicare plan questions, information about retirement communities, and so on. There will be door prizes available. And the grab and grow lunches will be available courtesy of Shippensburg Rehabilitation and Healthcare. And finally, in Hagerstown, the Friends of Halfway African American Cemetery are going to be holding its annual fundraiser tomorrow, September 13th, from 3 until 5 p.m. at the cemetery at 11027 Clinton Avenue in Hagerstown. You'll be able to join descendants, historians, and archaeologists at this significant resting place for silent auctions, tours, entertainment, and light refreshments. Tickets for the Roots and Stones event are available at $25 and can be purchased from the Friends of Halfway African American Cemetery's Zephy page. Proceeds all go to preserving the African American cemetery. So that's it for the 5 things to do this day. We'll go ahead and slide right into the news from the past week. We had 52 stories we published in local news, all about the local area. There was quite a bit of activity taking place with respect to 9/11. Greencastle's Mayor Ben Thomas led the walk that we talked about last week on the 6th of September. Chad Reichard also attended and had a few words to say. And there was also in Hagerstown, the emergency management people and the city organized a tribute on the 9th of September in Washington Township, which actually built a 9/11 tribute. It's very nice. It's in Red Run Park. If you get an opportunity, you ought to go take a peek. But they had a ceremony sponsored by the police and the fire departments in Washington County. The theme of all these things is never forget. It's been 24 years since the actual event happened. I was actually in the Pentagon the day we got hit. And this is worth remembering because there is danger in the world. You shouldn't get hyper about it, but you should take steps. You should try to support your local fire and police people. But you should also be on the lookout on your own. Don't do anything crazy, but work with authorities to be safe. Okay. In Chambersburg, the Franklin County Bell, which has been manufactured for the 250th anniversary of the United States, which will be taking place next year, is going to be unveiled on the 20th of September at the Visitors Center, downtown Chambersburg, just off the square. Police and fire departments will be available. This bell, by the way, is going to be available for display in various municipalities, churches, schools, and whatnot, all over Franklin County. So if you want more details on this, contact the Franklin County Visitors Bureau. In Mont Alto, Penn State continues plans to divest the campus at Mont Alto, and they are continuing to meet in private. There's no particular response to the assertions that, factually based assertions actually, that their decision process seems to have been rushed, and it didn't exactly follow the evidence that was available in their own report, which was eventually leaked and subsequently provided to people. So just a word on that. There's a bad habit for people who haven't actually confronted adversity to immediately want to clam up, and they either become arrogant or they button up and they don't want to say anything. This is a public institution that has operated for over 70 years at the Mont Alto location. They could at least take the trouble to send a few of that large number of people among their trustees who made this decision, to send them out and say why they're doing what they're doing. Now, they've said that, but it doesn't agree with what was in their report, what their actual data supported. So being arrogant or just simply crawling up into a fetal ball for public institutions is not a good look, folks. Seriously. You should be talking to people. There could even be opportunities if the local communities wanted to pitch in and see what they could do to help, but not like this. This is just a bad look all the way around. In other news, the Foundation for Enhancing Communities, which we've talked about on several occasions, this is an organization that's generally organized geographically. Franklin County has a division of that, and other counties around the south central Pennsylvania area have organizations that deal with passing out money, grants, and whatnot from TFEC to different people in the area. Most recently, they awarded $70,000 to 8 organizations in south central Pennsylvania, and that is to pay for, that money is being paid through the Fund for Women and Girls. This is more or less independent of geography. This money is going to provide access to health care, safe housing, and provide opportunities for women and girls to grow in the area. The Franklin County Area Development Corporation hosted their 37th Industrial Appreciation Dinner on last night, as a matter of fact, the 11th of September at Green Grove Gardens. They took the opportunity to name small and large businesses of the year, and also to award the 31st Zane Miller Award, which goes to an individual who has done a lot to advance business development in Washington County. They were sold out days in advance. This is a very popular event that Mike Ross and the FCADC put on every year. So we're looking to hear more about what they had to say. In Washington County, they are the Washington County supervisor or Washington County governors are considering repealing 2 economic development incentives as the county moves to reshape its business development strategy. They're also making significant financial adjustments, so we're going to be looking for a report on that. They met on the 9th of September, so we should have some information here shortly. In Franklin County, they were also considering leasing office space to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Long-term contract with an increase in rent over a period of years starting on the 1st of September 2025 and going through the 31st of August in 2030. So that'll be good for the community. Not necessarily related to that, but they were also looking at bridge inspection services. They're apparently talking to Herbert, Roland, and Grubik about taking a look at the bridges. Most folks don't know this, but bridges are extraordinarily expensive. When they start wearing out and showing signs of wear and tear, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to repair these things. So it's good news that they're bringing in a company of HRG's caliber to do inspections and to give them ground truth about what is the condition of these and in what order do you need to take action. So this is a good move on their part. That's about a $1.5 million contract there for the contractor. PennDOT is accepting applications for an annual Innovations Challenge, which they put out. They make this available to students in grades 9 through 12, and it's not just public education, that's any institution that has roughly those years that they cover. The task for this year is to develop a concept for AI for work zone safety. Applications for that are due from eligible students on the 30th of January, 2026. So there's a lot of time there to put together some ideas and get an application in. In police news, Washington County arrested 2 people in a major drug bust on the 5th of September. Washington County and Hagerstown authorities cooperated on that. They arrested Timothy Grime and Heather Snebley, I think it is. They were caught with just under 3 pounds of fentanyl, a whole bunch of weapons, and $13,000 in cash. So both departments are very happy that they were able to collaborate and make that happen. In Franklin County, the Council of Governments hosted its first municipal officials breakfast on the 5th of September. They brought together 22 different municipalities, school districts, law enforcement, and what they're looking to do is try to improve the collaboration among all these different communities. There is, even in large institutions, where you would think that they would be required to talk to one another, from time to time, even large organizations develop what they call silos, groups of people inside their organizations that don't talk to one another. Well, none of these people are necessarily related to one another. They're from Guilford, they're from Washington Township, they're from Antrim, Waynesboro, Greencastle, all different communities, none of which are required to talk to one another. So this is a good effort on behalf of the county to start bringing, and the Council of Governments, to bring a lot of people together to talk about their shared concerns, which in the days we live in now, they tend to slosh over out of individual communities and into their next door neighbors. So it's good that people talk about these things. Also share good ideas for how they can govern better. Under People News, in Waynesboro, Noah's Ark Child Care Center was awarded Star 4 designation by Keystone Stars. This is provided for quality child care, and that's really great stuff. Child care is so important anymore, and it tends to be expensive. But if you if you can get good quality child care, and that's what these star awards indicate to you, if you can get good care, then you can at least be certain that whatever amount of money you have to pay for child care through these folks is worth the money that you're paying. In Waynesboro, we run a column from time to time called Meet Your Neighbors, and it's written by a local retired doctor, Greg Lyon Loftus, who finds an individual in the community that's made a contribution over an extended period of time, and talks about their life. This week's episode was on Rita Sterner Hines. It's the superintendent of the Waynesboro Area School District. He summarized her growth, her eventual return to Waynesboro after some time up in Wisconsin, and her efforts and her contributions to shape local education in the local area. I would add that we would take stories like this from other communities. We would love to share. Just like Mike Ross does for the Economic Development Awards, we would love to share stories about people in your respective communities, whether that's larger cities like Chambersburg and Hagerstown, or smaller communities like Ringgold. We would like to hear more about the people that actually have made a difference in your community. So by all means, send us some tips, and we'll see if we can't find some writers to help you write that up. Also in Waynesboro, there seems to be a trend here in in people for this week. Also in Waynesboro, Quentin Coulter, a 10th grade Waynesboro senior high school student, was identified as one of 28 young ambassadors of PA by PennDOT. This is a program that PennDOT uses to provide civic skills and to act as advocates for clean PA. Under health news, in Hagerstown, Maryland, the Maryland Physicians Care Organization, MPC, which consists of Emeritus, Ascension St. Agnes, Holy Cross Health, and UPMC, are awarding $640,000 to the Washington County Chamber to provide for 6 medical scholarships. This is a big deal. This is $26,000 a year for 4 years for 6 different students. It goes to demonstrate Hagerstown and the Washington counties and Emeritus and all these doctor organizations. It goes to the point that they're serious about making sure that the health care that we enjoy now and have enjoyed in the past will continue into the future. In Franklin County, they're hosting a Carnival of Care embracing mental health. That'll be an event that takes place on Saturday, the 13th of September, tomorrow, at the Waynesboro YMCA from 9 until 11 o'clock. There will be experts, speakers to address mental health. This is all part of Suicide Prevention Month, which has been dominating a lot of the medical and healthcare stories for this week. In Hagerstown, also part of Suicide Prevention Month, Meritus and the Brook Lane Health Center services are citing statistics that show that there's been growth in a number of suicides in the area. There was growth between 22 and 23. They don't yet have the 2024 data together yet. And of course, we're going to be interested in seeing what 2025 is. But their efforts are to try to make sure that people understand. If you look at the article, there's a relatively long list of services that are available to anybody who's contemplating suicide. There are people out there who want to help you, and they're not going to charge you for it for the most part. So by all means, if you're having struggles in your life, take advantage of these services. They're very good. Finally, in Chambersburg, the Institute for Retired Persons is announcing revisions to their fall schedule of speakers. I got to say a good word for these folks. These are not just a bunch of old people sitting around getting gardening tips. Although gardening tips are nice, there's nothing against gardening tips, but some of the topics that they take on. One that caught my eye was the marital machinations of the Tudors. I'd never really think of them having machinations in marriages, but nonetheless they did. There are going to be 2 presentations on U.S. nuclear energy, phases 1 and 2. The Race to the Potomac, featuring Generals Lee and General Meade after Gettysburg. Something that's been always popular up at Monterey Pass, where one of the 2 large Confederate columns came through. And by the way, there's another group in the local area who have recently indicated that they would like to extend historical documentation and reenactment of that path all the way through Ringgold, all the way down to the Potomac, where they cross back into Virginia. They'd like to take action on that. 36 different presentations are scheduled between now and the 16th of October. Many of them are available on Zoom if you can't make it in person. I would strongly suggest they got a very energetic guy who is looking to put together a wide range of presentations. I highly recommend that you take advantage of it. We've also got our local history stories every Tuesday, Readings of Dargan Boy. We got sports, many more entertainment activities. We are very proud to be the news source for Verstandig Media and all of its radio stations. Take a look at all the local news in the local area at localnews1.org. We cover all local news, no national news, and we are not social media. We actually put out stories that we have vetted internally. So And with that, we'll bring up the thought of the day. A commentator was recently heard to say, "So what if I don't know what apocalypse means? It's not the end of the world." Bada bing. Have a great weekend and a great coming week.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.